Go right up my ass, baby. I love it. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet that's dripping. I can't turn it off. I can't make it stop. Then I'm like, damn, my post-nasal drip is going. My sinuses are inflamed. My throat is gunked up. What is going on here? Damn. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Damn, I got the drip go. I got the tips go. Clear your throat. Blow your nose. Damn. Clear your throat. Please tip me. Damn. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet. Damn. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. 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 Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet that's dripping. I can't turn it off. I can't make it stop. Then I'm like, damn, my post-nasal drip is going. My sinuses are inflamed. My throat is gunked up. What is going on here? Damn. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Damn, I got the drip go. I got the tips go. Clear your throat. Blow your nose. Clear your throat. Please tip me. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet that's dripping.
Yes.
Damn. Snort.
Yes.
Snort. Snort.
Yes.
Code. Drip. Snort.
Yes.
Snort. I got the drip go.
Wow.
Snort. 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 Code.
Wow.
Drip. Snort. Snort. I got the drip go.
Wow.
I got the drip go. I got the drip go. Oi, 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 oi. I got the drip go. I got the drip go. Oi, 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 oi. I got the drip go. I got the drip go. Oi, 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 oi. I got the drip go. I got the drip go. Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet that's dripping. I can't turn it off. I can't make it stop. Then I'm like, damn, my post-nasal drip is going. My sinuses are inflamed. My throat is gunked up. What is going on here? Damn. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Damn, I got the drip go. I got the tips go.
Cucumbers.
Blow your nose.
Cucumbers.
Damn.
Cucumbers.
Please.
Cucumbers.
Damn.
Cucumbers. Cucumbers.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. Damn. Snort, 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 code. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, 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 code. Drip.
You get the sweet taste of ass.
I got the drip go. 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 Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear?
My jaw's hitting the ground. My jaw's hitting the ground.
It's dumb kids.
Breasts.
My jaw's hitting the ground. 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 My jaw's hitting the ground.
Breasts.
Oh wow, there's a lot of you here early. Press. Hey, how are you? Kind of surprised. Yeah, so I've come to the conclusion that when Jay and I stream, we're just gonna shoot the shit and answer questions. We just end up going off the fucking rails. I end up getting stoned as hell. I think he's partially stoned as hell, and yelling at his roommate for Jello. And it just turns into like a... Yo, dude, there's something up with this software. That's what it is. That ever since I updated Steam Deck, or Stream Deck, excuse me, it wasn't Jake doing anything shady. I don't even know what that's about. Like, it kind of fucks my soundboard, dude. No, they did a big firmware update to the Stream Decks. They always fucking do this, Elgato. Always fucking do this. Where, like, it's like 2 steps forward, but like 16 steps back. It's like, why did it just play the... So there's something, I guess, I don't know, it's keeping something in the buffer and there's a bug. Yeah, it's Phil's Ghost Bubbles. He's coming to... he's coming to fucking troll me. So, Phil, I genuinely mean this. First off, most importantly, my daughter had a good day. They said her skin is healing. It's still going to be a long road, but, you know, that's why I didn't want to promise. I kind of wanted to see what happened today. Oh, fucking kill me. But I'm here. Nope. Quit Stream Deck. Yep. Quit it. All right, let's leave it off. And it's actually out of the software. Like, I'm not seeing anything on the screen now. Let's see what happens. There's some people here like, yes, the stream decks aren't working. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Phil is mad. Well, I'm just so shocked. Like Phil, like, I know, which I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the kind words. And like I said, most importantly, you know, it's gonna, like, I'm sure there's gonna be other setbacks. It is a serious illness, but my daughter as a whole is on the mend. Thank God. And I appreciate Phil, you know, he DM'd me and it was very nice of him to do that. But I'm just like, Phil, they warned you. They were going to grill you. And they actually went way beyond what I thought that they were going to do. Yeah, notice that the software is off. It's not doing it. Now let's open it back up and see if that fixes it. Another fucking bug. And then there's like a handshake issue with my GH5 and the capture card I use. So a lot of times I have to restart the computer for it to actually capture the footage from the computers suck. Software sucks. Handshake my asshole. Oh man, Rich, hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're enjoying streaming. Yeah, it is a way to definitely escape things, no question. No question, it's a way. I'm very lucky to have a job where I enjoy going to it. Now, of course, I suffer from severe generalized anxiety disorder normally. Going through something like this is like crippling. and so sometimes it's like, nah, I don't want to do shit. Except this cough has been gone for like 3 fucking days. It's like, oh, Rich wants to stream. You're coming back. But it's nice to have a job that you literally like actually like doing. Like, you would do this You get paid to do something that you enjoy doing anyway because it's an escape, you know? Whereas if I've had, nothing as serious as this, but I've had serious situations that came down with jobs I hate and it just made it worse, you know? Bugged Stream Deck mechanics. Like, yeah, literally, though. That was weird. So, all right, so it's noted now. Jay wasn't fucking with me, so my apologies to you, Jay. Because I swore, I'm like, dude, he's doing it to be an asshole, isn't he? He's being a fucking asshole. And then he's like, I'm telling you, dude, I swear to God, it's not me. And I disconnected from everything from him. And it kept doing it, take the bubbles and shove them up your fucking ass. And I'm like, all right, he ain't playing. He ain't doing shit. Oh, yeah, Dr. Sexy Coco, I do owe you a half an hour of tits. So here we go. That is true. The man is correct. So, there you go, Dr. Sexy Coco. So you got me my tits out till 5:15. Stuttering Craig was funny. He's like, yeah, I came to your stream and you weren't even watching the video. It looked like you were having a good time and you were shirtless. So I was like, okay. I was like, yep, that's usually a stream with Jay and I. We think we're gonna actually watch a video, but then it just goes and turns into a complete disaster that everyone seems to be okay with. So I'm okay with it too. So fuck topics. So we're just gonna come in here and be assholes. So yeah, dude, this is gonna be years upon years of lore have come from this single. And Craig, me bailing on not working on the podcast because I have shitty time management was a blessing in disguise for you. This interview got a lot of eyes on the Side Scrollers podcast, which is good. And here is the thing. Phil, if I was on the podcast like I was supposed to be, make it an hour. 6:45 then, you got me. Bro, I'll just play that shit for free when I do a Twitch marathon, bro. It's actually a good game. I was playing that on Steam Deck or the Neo. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. You can play that on a fucking potato, but it's a fun game. It's kind of like a Wario game. What's up, Michael? I finished a video game who literally has one of the best channels on YouTube. He has a 7+ hour Castlevania retrospective. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not inflating the amount of time. It's actually over 7 hours, I believe. Sub to his fucking channel. Stop what you're doing, leave my stream, and go sub to his channel. I can't give a better endorsement than that. Yeah, tuck into the Burnell Side Scrollers. Dude, it's so bizarre. I will say, though, man, Phil, it was very nice when I've stuck to this. Even when Phil said he hated me and said I was shit on his shoe, I've always said that Phil is not a bad person. Is he dishonest? Yes. Is he a bad person like other people on this platform? I finished a video game. He super chatted me. That's the name of his channel, is I finished a video game. I'm not kidding. Go sub to his channel. Or just look up Castlevania retrospective. And he's like, you'll see it's 7 hours. You will not be disappointed. That's literally what his channel is called. I finished the video game. That he gets a strong endorsement from me. Yeah, it's phenomenal content. I don't even it's funny. I think I watched one of your live streams. I'm going review. I finished the video game USA, but here we are. And it's interesting how you said you piece those together, because you basically treat like each installment of a game as like one video, and then you just kind of put them together, which is actually good advice too, because eventually, who the hell knows, eventually I'll get a video out someday like that. Oh, they're great for background vids, dude. You know what I'll do a lot of times if I'm playing like Elden Ring, which is all the time, I'll put on his videos. Like, Jesus Christ, you would think the fucking guy paid me or something. But I'm just saying, his channel is good. Review brown nosing. No, but seriously, his channel's fucking amazing. Go to sub to I Finished a Video Game. You will not regret it. Anyway, have you seen that someone already made an RTU highlights channel? You should check it out. It is pretty good. I may talk to them and be like, hey, you want to do this for money? Because they're good. You know? Oh, yeah. Before I get angry. Happy Friday, my guy. Speedy recovery. It's going to be a process, dude. But today was a good sign. Like, I was shitting my pants about today. You know, it's a bizarre thing. Like, I don't compute it. Like, I think about what's going on, and it's like, I don't know, you know. Anyway, wait, Phil actually sent you a heartfelt thing? See, it's shit like that says Phil's not he's just, yeah, he's a buffoon. Sorry, Phil. Like, you're funny. Would it be ironically or unironically? Am I using the word wrong? Whatever, like. And Phil, here's the thing. You not being able to go see a therapist is an excuse. That's like me saying I can't go to the gym. It's an excuse. It's a lie. Something after my daughter's well that I'm going to be focusing on again. But I don't have time. How do I have time to have 300 hours in Elden Ring then? Yes, I'm a busy person, but I have time. You can make the time. You can make the time to see a therapist. I'm not saying that to be a dick, dude. Kristen Ark, Rich, how do you know how Keem found out about... Did you know how... No, how did he find out about the interview? Keemstar finds out about every fucking interview. Fucking Osama bin Laden was getting interviewed by like ABC News and he was still alive. Keemstar would be in the background with his beard and a microphone pointing it at Osama. They should have grilled him about grooming allegations. There's no grooming allegations there. All that shit's kind of been debunked. Not kind of, has been. Same with the escort. That's been debunked. You're gonna notice with this, God, even when I'm alone, we takes forever to get to the video, but that's okay. You guys want me to talk and answer questions, and here we are. He does a lot of victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Phil, what you deal with on the internet, everyone deals with. But what you do to pour fuel on the fire is you engage with it. It's horrible that your financial documents have been put out there. That's not okay. I don't care which one of your detractors hates me and wants to call me a fat fuck 1,000 times for saying that. It's the truth. It should be off limits. However, the reason that it happened, Phil, is because you did not shut up about your personal finances. Like, doesn't matter unblocked or not, you know, and I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to change, you know. Yeah, dude, you've made a lot of mistakes, and you have to start becoming self-aware. You know, like that perfect thing that Adam, you know, him in his spaceship. That's a man with a spaceship. Like, you constantly, man, I got these different pineapple gummies, THC, and they hit different. Ooh, boy. Anyway, Adam brought up he basically metaphorically nailed DSP to a wall. He said, wait, you constantly decry everybody for watching clip channels and documentaries and so on and so forth, but you made judgments and opinions about by watching Detractor videos about Keemstar. What? And Adam was like, what's the difference? I don't know. That's just how the internet works, because I masturbated on May 1st. Oh, man. I don't, like... Relax your hole right up my ass, baby. Do I still have right up my ass? I didn't get rid of that.
Woo! Right up my ass, baby. I love it.
Hey, Rich, I hope your daughter is doing well. She's doing better. Wishing you and your family the best during this time. It's, you know, I have to compartmentalize it, and doing this helps. You know what I mean? I used to be apathetic, but I drank Peter Popoff Miracle Water, and now I don't care anymore. I like these jokes. I'm not going to do, because I don't want Chris the Narc to leave, so I'll give you a... Ow! Chris the Narc agrees that I spam the applause too much, and I do. Watch Dan Tivius' video on the fappening. He has a hilarious bit where the AI voice of Tucker Carlson ranting about breasts. Please send that to me on Twitter. BMC, man, I'm behind on the super chats. You sent that like 6 years ago. Rich, so I'll just play that game, dude, when I'm like marathoning something on Twitch. Porky's Butthole. Relax Your Anus song, please, of course. If I could fucking find it. I hate this new font too, Stream Deck. Elgato.
Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus.
The applause button's a strange art, Chris.
Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus.
I wish I could find a different applause that has a good flow to it. Everyone's like, Rich, get a different sound. I'm like, I have fucking looked near and far on the internet. Like, I even was like, maybe I could get an applause from Pornhub. Like, one day I'll beat off and maybe there'll be a good applause there. Sadly, that's never happened. But I still go to Pornhub. But I can't, but all kidding aside, like, I can't. Oh, like some of the sounds all of them are too long, or it sounds like a bunch of people clapping it like a 6-year-old's dance recital. It's like limp dick shit. They don't work. So, add another hour of it. I went an entirely topless stream. Good to see you, Rich Quan. So how fucking long go by? So it was 6:45. So what am I, 7:15 now? I'm going to be, Jesus Christ. I'm Review Shirtless USA. I pre-ordered DBZ, so Quantum TV still in Valor. Thank you. I pre-ordered Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've never pre-ordered a video game in my life, but this is a special exception. Give me your shoulders spam. Yeah, it's good. I even like it, and I didn't like the other remakes because they were too... I mean, they're still kind of bullet spongy, but they give you other combat abilities that kind of doesn't make it as frustrating. Dr. Sexy Coco, MD, PhD, BDSM, officially licensed man, you motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Jim Carrey. You better be fucking trolling me. And it runs good on the 6800U. I don't know. I haven't tried the demo on the Steam Deck yet, but I'm sure it'll run all right on there. Susha, I'm still... hate to break bad news, but I guess people are doing gun pranks where two guys pretend to argue. One guy pulls out a gun in a Walmart. People freak out. Oh, come on. That's fucking insane. Yes, I did miss your super chat, Susha. I thought I didn't hit yours yet. It's amazing what people will do for attention, man. Because it's so flooded. You have to do insane shit for people to get eyes on you. So yeah, you know what was funny is I whipped out the review unit of the Neo Air Pro. You can't even compare even the higher end Vega graphics to the RDNA 2 graphics that are in the 6800U, man. That's why I didn't recommend those. Because as much as I loved the screen and the form factor was good, like I knew once RDNA 2 integrated graphics, it's going to be a totally different ball game, and it is. You know? Sending you all the love, and thank you very much, K-Huck. I appreciate that very much. Phil apologized to me? What did he apologize for? I'm kind of curious what he apologized for. That's interesting. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you very much, son of a pirate. She, you know, good news, her skin is healing. It's still going to be a long road, but it's good news. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about this guy, Adam. I just know he has a beard and a spaceship. I have no idea. I know he worked for Tim Pool, so I guess putting 2 and 2 together there. Tim Pool pretends that he's like independent or middle of the road, but then he wears a beanie and scares me. Andreas, thank you for gifting a membership. Slingo, thank you for being a member. Rich, the birds are always watching. Why is there no birds on my table? That's a problem. Arcadian, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Kyle, I almost missed your super chat. Speaking of holes, which hole does the egg come out of from the chicken? Intro guy sent me a picture, and so I finally figured out the mystery of how chickens fuck. Oh. How do birds fuck? So, Susha, I don't have Twitter. Can I DM you the video via Instagram? Sure, I'll probably miss it though, not gonna lie. Listen to this at work. Didn't entirely agree with how the interview was handled. Felt like the tunnel vision. When? I'm just curious to when you think there was tunnel vision. On whose part? Rich, send me the anus song when you have time. Maybe. Rich, am I okay today? Yeah, it's a good day. It is a good day.
Those lines.
Again,
How did Jay mispronounce your name yesterday, Niall?
yes and no. I would say back in the day that was the case. Like new releases, I would get giant.
Oh, wait, you're not seeing it. Oops. I maybe should. No, his whole beginning speech is boring. So we don't need to. All right, first off, let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger here because if Jay comes back, which probably not. No, I don't want to make it my default fucking browser. Go away. Make sure this is fitting to this transform. Fit to screen. There we go. No, not yet. Because, like, I promised that right before things happened with my daughter. So that's going to be on hold until... can we get Post to hear the past, Rich? I just played this song like 1,000 times. We'll play it again, though. Let's do some of the video. Sent that I have the same screen name on Instagram. Okay. Thank you.
Spikes in attendance because I actually used to have, but DSP Gaming, which is my gaming channel, used to be one of the more prominent gaming channels for Let's Players on YouTube over a decade ago. I was in the algorithm. I play a new game, I would see my attendance double, triple, just because I'm playing a new game. I don't get that anymore. You know, it's been, and there's some of the things we'll probably talk about today. One of the reasons was why that happened. Trolling activities, you know, false copyright strikes. It kicked my channel out of the algorithm.
Phil, pause. You missed a big portion of that, my friend. It was also because you were one of the earliest people doing Let's Plays. Don't know if you were the first, but you were definitely one of the earliest. So pickings were slim. You did not evolve. You were still filming your screen until 2013. And other Let's Players were putting up higher production value stuff, and you got left behind, Phil. He just goes from point A to Tevin. There's no in between with Phil. It's like, oh man, I couldn't fully achieve an erection today. Fucking Tevin. ADOT, glad things are looking up. Thank you very much. Glad you have plenty to take the time you need for your fam. I'm also glad that I have a reliable, I don't know, like he's another personality, I would call Jay, not just an editor, who not only is good at his job, because there's plenty of very talented, but my audience accepts him. We were talking about this yesterday. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. It's very rare for that to happen. A lot of times when the host takes over, most people are like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Luckily, 99% of people, it seems like anyway, like Jay. So I got lucky. How much to watch more than 5 minutes of the interview? $6,000. I think that's affordable. You have luscious breasts, sir. Also, this is a gift of membership. Thank you for enjoying my breasts.
So today, it doesn't really matter what I play. Honestly.
What's up, Toy
yes,
2?
I'll play a new game and I'll get a little bit of a spike. But as for audience retention, it really depends on what I'm playing and who's there for what. There's some people that don't care what I play. I could sit here and play.
Right, you got your hardcore. You got your hardcore. You can play Tiddlywinks and people will show up, right?
Exactly. But
right,
then I will get an increase when I play a rage-inducing game or a multiplayer game where you know there's going to be an element of challenge where I can either persevere or I can really fail miserably against people online in a competitive setting. People like that. And that's the variety that I bring in. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. It would be great if maybe I was just one kind of content, but I found in the 15 years playing kind of both sides.
How many times are we going to hear 15 years throughout this thing? 300? 400? Who plays bets?
It gets you different audiences, and it's worked for me. At least that's what I feel is one of the keys to my longevity is tomorrow, if they never made another FromSoft game, I'd be okay because I still play everything else.
I would not be okay with that.
Oh, I wouldn't be okay with that either. I love those games too. As much as I rage at them and I'll be angry in the moment, I absolutely appreciate and love them for what they are.
Yeah, it was funny. I was playing, I don't know why. I was randomly, like I had a second to myself, so I played Dark Souls 3 on the Ioneo 2. I'm not sponsored by them. Fuck. That's going to become like a meme. But that's how I play most of my PC games now. I'm just saying. Now, it was actually really the first time I played it. I was starting to get far, and then someone FaceTimed me, and then because you can't pause a FromSoft game, so I had to, I died. I was sad. I was very sad. Why am I talking about this? Who fucking cares? Why would you give a shit about that? You don't care. You want me to shut the fuck up and let Phil not shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Well, clearly you just need to get good. I'm just,
Exactly. I'm a terrible player. Everyone knows this.
Well, let's talk about something real quick. So you early on had this perception of the King of Hate.
Not as much as I wanted to, but I have played Sekiro, but I want to play more.
That was something that you marketed, you created, or whatever, right? Whatever it is, that was your thing, the King of Hate. You had the kingofhate.com and all that stuff. And now you're Phil, right? But do you feel that...
But now you're Phil.
Do you feel that still follows you around, this idea of built around, like, look, James Rolfe, angry video game nerd. He's clearly a character. People know that there's the angry video game nerd, and then there's the character.
No, Phil is Phil. The Phil that is on, the Phil that says this.
You take the bubbles and shut them up your fucking ass. How about that?
That's not accurate. Oh, God. God bless Craig for doing this interview. Phil, we've seen your acting. You're not putting on a character, bro. You're not. You're not actually Ricky Jarvis. You may look like him.
But your perception is that there's this hate around you, this negativity around you, right? Do you think that has followed you to the point to where, regardless of if they're coming to watch you, Phil, or DSP, that is been a negative detractor for you, the whole hate moniker?
Absolutely. And of course, I guess this would be a good time to talk about what the moniker means, because a lot of people think the King of Hate means, oh, that means that Phil's just a hateful person towards games and game developers and everything else. He's just going to...
Oh no, he's gonna go into the everyone hated him in competitive fighting because he used to talk shit. Here we go.
Gonna rage on his stream and just hate everyone, and that's never what it was. Anyone who does 5 seconds of research to what does the king of hate mean? I've answered this question so many times in the 15 years I've been a content creator, but no one wants to hear the answer. The answer is, I used to be a competitive Street Fighter player back in the 2000s, okay? And back then it was a really weird situation because Street Fighter wasn't big like it is today. Street Fighter was on the downturn. There were no new fighting games out. So the way to get attention on the competitive Street Fighter community was building up drama. So I would go online and I would be the biggest internet troll to everyone in the Street Fighter community. I would make fun of them. I would just destroy them online. And everyone
let's fast forward, right?
Yeah,
this has been well established. This is a decade ago. Let's talk about
fast fucking forward. Please. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. He would have fucking talked about that. And it's still a 5-hour interview. With Craig mitigating, this is still a 5-hour fucking interview. Do you understand? Do you understand? He was going to go. Dude, that alone, if Craig didn't stop him, that alone would have been 2 hours. Oh my God. The man could talk about nothing in ways I didn't even know was humanly possible. God bless him. Phil is going to be the content for the rest of the year as he is the gift. He is not the gift of Richard's dreams about men. Phil is going to be content for the rest of the year as he is now the gift of Richard's dreams. Are you saying that Phil's dreaming of my hairy ass? Or am I just really stoned and you're just reading? I'm just reading it wrong. What's going on here? I'm going to burp on your breasts. Don't you peck at my nipple. Today was a good day, man. Keith. You know, it's gonna be a bumpy road. 10 is no joke. Steven Johnson syndrome and 10 is a subset of it. It's a very rare illness. What's up, Minxy? How are you? So, her skin is healing. So it was a good day. That's why I don't want to. That's why I made that video, because you know it's and then even if she continues to be on the mend, I'm going to probably be there for days on end. Jay's just going to flat out. I bought something from Lukey Games that's literally being shipped to Jay's house right now. I'm sending him out this N64. I'm going to do the TRDR pocket. I have an emotional connection with Soulja Boy, Draco, so I gotta hold that shit down. So, Craig needs to interview the game dude. You can't find, dude. The game dude's like hiding from the fucking police. What are you talking about? I don't think I'm kidding. What's up, Mari? This is the last stream. This ain't off. No, last night we were fucking out of our minds. I don't know if Jay was on something, but
today though, like, do you feel that?
Who is shitting? I gotta make sure that one of my kids needs their butt wiped or something. I'll be back in a second. This is the music you'll have to ponder that with. That is a powerful smell. My brother and my dad are watching the kids while I work, and they got them like chicken and broccoli, and it smells like a bowel movement. Nah, dude. They got chicken and broccoli for the kids. And I'm like, oh shit. This is still, dude, this is nothing. Go watch the stream from last night, bro. It was fucking absolutely insane. Yes, I will, Classy. During this stream, I'll show it.
Feel that this has followed you around? Do you feel that people? Do you think?
But yeah, let me get back to that real quick before we, like, I'm going to review the TR. Like I said, that's me and Soldier Boy got an emotional connection, but I'm going to send Jay the N64. He's going to do that. He also got the other system from Lukey Games literally being shipped to him as we speak. Yeah, so Jay's going to be doing a lot, man. I think you'll see me more with live streaming than with videos, minus the Soldier Boy game, whatever the fuck, TRDR, crank it, and have Frank shoot ropes portable. Tell Carlos to stop pecking at my front. He's not pecking. You're full of shit. He's pecking at my nipples. Thank you. Did I miss anybody here? I think I got everybody, but then somebody always says I missed a super chat.
I think that the king of
Yeah, we're connected on a spiritual level, Bluntmore. Me and Soldier Boy. I have to.
hate moniker is still relevant.
Today it is not. It was because when I started, the meaning behind it is when people hate on you, you don't use that to become a victim.
You're very welcome, Cat on the Moon. Now is not the time. If I would think about it, if my daughter wasn't in the hospital with what's going on with her, I probably would make like an It's a Gundam-ish kind of video about this, which I'm sure It's a Gundam is probably fucking scripting it as we speak anyway. But there's a negative 300% chance that'll happen now because the interview alone is 5 hours. Do you know what you're going to have to do to distill that? And then research everything? They're going to have to hire... Whoever does a documentary just on this interview alone is going to have to hire like a team of private investigators to look everything up.
You don't use that to crawl into a ball and hide in your corner and, oh, I'm defeated. People don't like me anymore, so I quit. Instead, you use that as a way to motivate yourself to do better. For example, when people say, you're never going to...
I don't even know if I can call it turd. Dude, the platforms are getting out of control. It wasn't YouTube, it was Facebook. Because I was so stressed out, I was writing as a joke, can anyone make me a Xanax smoothie? I'll take it with an extra shot. Yo, Facebook's like, this is against our policies and guidelines. No one can see this post. Make sure you never post anything about drugs again. It was a fucking joke, Mark. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. The fuck is wrong with you? So, like, me putting turd, they would be like, oh my god, he's talking about turds and fecal matter. Maybe he's shitting on someone's chest. We have to put limited ads on this video.
beat this game because it's so tough. You say I can't do it, you're hating on me?
That was so, I'm like, are you fucking, like, yeah, I'm looking for a drug dealer to get me Xan bars to make me a fucking smoothie out of them. Jesus Christ.
I'm a bad gamer. I'm going to beat that game just because you said I couldn't, right? You say I'm a bad content creator. I'm going to fail. No, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to use that hate around me and I'm going to be the king of it. I'm going to motivate myself with all that hate to be a successful person. This is a mantra I've used in my entire life to continue on and be successful. And that's why I have so many haters on the internet. I use that to fuel myself every day to come back and say,
he'd be a great, like, you know, like those multi-level marketing schemes where they get on stage and like they make like, I'm a fighter, he would be great at that because he makes it sound like he had the worst life ever. Like, I came from nothing. And now I'm on top. I jerked off on stream and I'm 41 and I'm begging for money. He's gonna hate me again. The olive branch that Phil has given me is probably going to be taken away within the next 48 hours.
Say, no, I'm going to put out a great, meaningful stream for people, regardless of what these idiots say on the internet about me.
Phil, I'm giving you constructive criticism. This is not me being an asshole. You take yourself too fucking seriously. And I think these dudes helped you realize that yesterday, maybe. But then they said to him, and it was a valid point, they weren't being mean. They're like, do you ever think about therapy? And I think in his after stream, which eventually we'll get to in 6 years, Phil's after stream, he's like, I don't have time for therapy. I stream 6 days a week. Dude, I have time for the gym, Phil. I just haven't gone. You could make time for things that you want to or need to make time for.
But it follows me. You're absolutely right, because people say the king of hate is not that Phil owns the hate against him and motivates himself. They say he's a hateful person. Take a look at that thing he said 10, 15 years ago, that racial joke he made, that ridiculous sexual comment he made. You know, that's what the king of hate is. And then they'll say, look,
he just fell into an interview bear trap and he doesn't even know it.
Used to have a website, thekingofhate.com, and then they'll reference that stuff and say that I'm a bigot, or I'm a racist, or I'm a sexist. You know, they say it to this day. They're probably saying it right now in chat. You know, okay. And it's not true.
Well, then let's. I wasn't planning on talking this till later. Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
When you climb to the top of like the hate mountain and claim to be the king of hate, don't you think it's almost inviting people to try to take you down? You know, you said that you made that your thing in the street.
You could call yourself the king of hate if you have the right personality to handle the flack that'll come along with it. Excuse me. Phil does not have that character trait at all. Like 0%.
Street Fighter world. And then as time went on in the YouTube realm, that's what you were, I guess.
I think Craig's looking at titties on his screen right now. He's like, you know what? Phil's boring me right now. I'm just going to stare at some
breasts.
Made your position on the internet known. You're the king of hate. So like, you can almost expect people to come back at you and try to use that same kind of vibe. And you know, I've seen plenty of clips of
Andrew Tate
random shit throughout the past couple weeks.
You hear about how like they think that the whole lung cancer thing was bullshit just because he was trying to like, oh, I'm gonna go. Why do you gotta go to Dubai, bro? Wow, conveniently you go to a place where they can't extradite you if they're trying to catch you. You don't want to come back. Oh, I need to go to this specialist in Dubai where I could stay there for the rest of my life and never ever have to be pulled back out.
Because I didn't know who you were, right? So I'm still kind of new to this YouTube realm, and you know, I've seen the way sometimes that and of course this is what people share, right? So what I've seen is you kind of letting it get the best of you in some cases, where you're letting that almost get under your skin, where I mean, if you want to be that person on the internet, you kind of have to be able to take it as well. I just wanted to point that out. You know, it's almost like you kind of asked for it by being the king of hate and making that your thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
It kind of was like, all right, well,
thank you for being a member for 5 months too.
If I'm gonna dish it, I got to be able to take it as well.
I 100% agree with you, Adam. Today, but I've been on YouTube for 15 years.
How am I feeling, Sheed Rock? I'm stoned and stressed, but it was a good day today, so I'm not as stressed. Still stressed. I will be stressed until she is home. But it was a good day. I'm exhausted. But
when I started on YouTube, there were no successful
Trudeau, the Canadian birds,
players making a full living doing it the way that.
What do you mean you're sick with what?
I'm almost kind of like.
Me and my dad have the shits. I don't know if it's from stress though or from a stomach bug, but I think it's stomach bug if we both have it at the same time.
A history lesson. Look at what Phil has done, and don't do it. Right? Look at all the mistakes Phil just made in the last 15 years. And if you want to be someone who makes gameplay content on YouTube, don't do what that guy did, because he screwed up. You know, when I started 15 years ago, I was like, I'm just going to roll with what I do in Street Fighter. It worked there. Why not do it on YouTube? I wasn't doing it for a living. It was my hobby. I had a 9-to-5 job, and this was.
See, I'd actually like the sound of the HEPA air filters, Foil Grim. Dude, bro, I sleep with 3 air fans. I have people say, "Oh, I'm sleeping with 3 fans." Rich is having an orgy. No, like fans with. You know, but I actually like the sound of those things. Actually, it depends. I hate the ones that sound like if like a PC fan and a laptop is spinning up. Like, that's not relaxing. That just sounds like, you know, your GPU's about to overheat.
This was something I came home and did 2-3 hours a night. I would pump out some gameplay. I never took it seriously. I never thought it would be my job or anything. So I was the king of, hey, I just rolled that moniker over to YouTube. Now, fast forward 2.5 years after I started on YouTube, I lose my job.
Oh, fuck.
Oh crap, what am I going to do? Can I monetize my YouTube
Right,
presence?
right,
I
right.
guess I can. But now I'm the king of hate. Everyone knows me as the king of hate. For 2.5 years, this is my shtick. This is my moniker. What do I do? You know, how do you
The name, we're overanalyzing the name right now. The name is not a big deal. Eric Hallmark, thank you for super chatting, and thank you for your first super chat here. I appreciate it, man. That's actually cool that YouTube lets you know that. If we get through this, can we watch Jacob RS refurbish PS5? Can I get a 15 years of my legacy count? Dude, I wish. I'd have to like hire my brother with a bean burrito to sit in here and keep it updated. He's gonna say it so many times. I'm like, there'd be no way. What the fuck is going on downstairs? I'm sure it's been said, but it's a Phil agreed, but wasn't listening to. Well, it's interesting because they finally get him to stop doing this 7 hours later. Where it's like, nah, dude, you got to answer these questions straight up. Like, stop with the. Right now, we're hearing the same spiel we've heard on Phil's channel 675,000 fucking times. Okay? They're going to get past these layers of Philisms and get to the real shit. Eventually.
erase the past that you've already established, and that's what you're known for. And
Well,
so it's been rough. It's been rough. I'll tell you this: 2 years ago, well, excuse me, about a year and a half ago.
What you want to pay me, son? That ain't free. God, I sound like a hooker. Oh God. Rich, don't debase sex work. I'm not, Spit. He just said, well, how much for a coconut bra? I asked for what's the price. I watched the whole interview via Phil is so nervous through. Well, dude, they asked damning questions. Like, Phil, I know you unblocked me and you're cool with me again, and I appreciate the heartfelt DM about my daughter. I genuinely do. But what is the big deal about showing your essentially gamer tag and WWE champions to Craig, who is a well-known content creator, who's one of the OGs, who wouldn't hurt his reputation by putting your information out there? And even if somehow you're whatever the fuck, I guess we'll go with gamer tag for WWE champions gets out, whoop-de-doo. Like, how is it a security risk for your entire iOS ecosystem, Phil? And if you're that concerned, just change the password after you send the screen cap to Craig. It just seems strange, man. How much is Stream RE4 when it comes out? Let me think about it. Because people don't like my gameplay streams. I don't want to say a price too high or a price too low. Jesus Christ, it sounds like I'm negotiating. Essentially, I kind of am, aren't I? Can I be a mod? Yes, Eric. I know you've been around since 2012. Remember seeing you comment on videos. Yeah, that is true. You know what? No price yet. Because of everything else going on right now. And I don't even know when the hell I'm playing those games. I have a list on my desktop. Valid point, Mojo. Hold off on that. Because if I take money and I just stack it, like, good point.
I had a revelation. I was like, I have to move on from my past in any way that I can. I have to try to get rid of this moniker. This is something that people were actively using to weaponize.
I bought a coconut bra. I'm not just, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm not just wearing it. Isn't it even against, like, TOS anyway? I don't know.
Against me. They were going to businesses that I was associated with and telling them, you have a bigot on your website. Do you know
Breasts.
that? Look at all these things that he did. And they would link to things, little one-off jokes from 15 years ago. As if it's something I did today.
Yeah, so that still happens with me. The canceling. Brand cancel did that to me recently. I've talked about it. A year ago now, I would say, and change, but recent enough. Cancel brand cancel with new flavor of cancel.
And they would say, he's the king of hate. So I said, I have to stop this. I have to get rid of the website, rebrand myself. And now that's why
Pawancho started, he almost started crying later. He then kept defaulting to my family. They keep doing this boohoo and dodging direct when they've moved on. He sounded more confident. Yeah, he went straight politician in certain parts of this. I'm telling you, that was excellent journalism by Craig, where he was like, bro, I will not share any information. If the information got out there, you knew it would be from me. Just show me what your gamer tag is. I guess we'll keep going with that in WWE Champions. And I could see, and I could tell people, like, look, I can vouch that Phil does not spend the money you think he spends. And he still wouldn't do it. He's like, nah, it's a security risk, which it's factually not. It's about as risky as you getting my fucking gamer tag on my Xbox. Doesn't look good, dude. My mom and I got swatted this time. Sucks. I'm very sorry to hear that, dude. Foil Grim, I will get on that right now.
Helping Steven Crowder.
I do not live by.
Yeah, there's no Phil. You know that, dude. Come on. I know you're watching me again now, or in passing. That doesn't. Your excuse of it's a security risk to show you my WWE champions is like me giving you my name on or my screen, whatever it's called on PSN. Like, it's not gamer tag there, whatever it is. There's no risk to it, and you know it. And if you're really that paranoid, you wouldn't be on Windows 8.1. Stop it. I need that money. I really do. I need that money for my bills, my electric bills, my internet bills. I rock back and forth on an X and Y axis. Why do I hear my son's voice?
By that mantra.
Can I put my shirt back on yet, or 6:45? I think, right, or now, or 6:15. PSN ID, thank you.
Anymore, I don't even mention it. You know,
So, but what have you done? What have you done?
Well, you weirdos, Turbo Express and Terrence. Yes, he is on Windows 8.1.
Phil, to change the perception of
No, it's 6:45.
that. What have you
Oh, it was 7:15. Oh, fuck, you're right.
changed the look of your streams? Have you changed your production value? Did you take a break? Did you say, look, I'm leaving it, I'm gonna come back, but I need time to kind of rethink this? Like, did you, because you're still going under it's the same, still the same channel, still DSP, still Darkside Phil. What have you done to change the perception of that? I mean, it's been a consistent line the entire time of.
Right.
I've grown as a person. I no longer think sex jokes are funny. As a matter of fact, when I see breasts now, I hide under my couch and cry for cat. He's gonna hate me again, but hey, it is what it is. No, from a production value, you haven't done really anything, Phil. Minus going away from just plopping a camera in front of your screen. I mean, even like lighting, dude, again, constructive criticism. You need more than one light. Who's messaging me? It is Google Fish.
Of Phil. So what have you done to change that? Because it sounds like you're saying, well, you know, woe is me, but ultimately it comes down to your actions.
Yeah, and if if you were to watch my content, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, hell, 2 years ago, and you were to watch my content.
No. Phil's not that slick. We have confirmed that time and time again that Phil is not that slick. I'm just call it a spade a spade. No. If Phil was that slick, he'd be like a multimillionaire by now. I remember you streaming on the regular channel, then this channel like now, I think it was 2 years ago. 2021 is when I permanently went over here for live streams. No, I have not been on here for 4 years. You're trolling me again. You're just trying to... We have debunked this.
Today, you would see a difference. Like, for example, look how everything looks behind me right now, right? Up until just, 6 months ago, I still looked like shit. I'll admit that, but it's because I don't have the know-how. I don't, I'm very much crowdfunded by my viewers and fans.
Oh my god. What the fuck does your crowdfunding have to do with... Dude, you could look up YouTube videos. There are YouTube videos on lighting. There's YouTube videos on everything. How do you live on a platform, essentially, and work on a platform and not know you could use the same platform to figure out things you don't know yet? Oh, God. Phil, you're a man.
Fans, and it's they who contribute to everything. And in this last year and a half, there's been kind of a reinvigoration. Let's change.
Thank you very much, Sir Large Gaming. I appreciate that. Yeah, 2016 was my ultra drama years, I would say.
Everything I'm doing. Let me listen to feedback. Just in the last year, I started doing React content. I was the biggest critic of React content. I crapped on it constantly, saying it was terrible content. It's the lowest form of content on the internet. I hated it. And then...
Yeah, you just kind of recently said that, Phil.
I started listening to my viewers. They're like, Phil, why are you so ignorant about this stuff? You got to start to open up and be a more laid-back guy about all this crap. If you don't want to be the king of hate, you got to listen. And I started listening. I started doing different kinds of content. I changed my setup. I'm trying to change the perception around me. But the problem is, it wouldn't matter if I went away for 2 months and rebooted my channel and renamed it or whatever. There is such an overwhelming stigma against me on the internet.
That you've helped cultivate. It's not like everyone just went eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There's a man fapping, let's go. Well, okay, maybe the fapping did help, but... It's... The reason, Phil, that, like, there's a lot of people, man, who have financial problems. No, like, 99% of the human population has financial problems, but they don't bring it up to their audiences, dude. You make your personal problems your audience, and that's why this stigma's around you. And then you react to things like a lunatic, like, Phil, what the fuck is the big deal about what difficulty level you're playing a game on? Why did you find it? There is a clip of Phil where was like, I find it offensive that you say I'm playing this game on easy. It was God of War Ragnarok. So, like, even if you were, who fucking cares, dude? We're in our 40s, bro. Ain't no one watching us for our superior gaming skills. Like, I played Dead Space on stream on easy. Ask me how many fucks I gave. None.
That it wouldn't work. These trolls would just follow.
That's the stuff, though, my point being, I'm stoned, I forgot to make my point, is that's the stuff people troll you for. Like, why'd you get so riled up? Why are you so insecure about the fact that what difficulty level you play a game on? It's such a silly thing to get riled up over, but that's what makes the content about you, Phil. It's not that, like, even with Tickled Christian Straight Man Television, the most honest person on YouTube, it's not like everyone's like, we need a Christian straight man to start talking shit about. No, he was a lunatic. Dad, our super chats. Did I miss yours, Fujiwara? I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tippy, so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks for funding chargebacks and my left. Do I have the ack here? Oh, come on, I don't have the ack. But I do have this.
My jaw's hitting the ground.
And dude, doesn't he owe like multiple years of back taxes too? Like I could see you owe a year. I was 1 year I was behind with I had back taxes and I paid them off and never again. 1 year, 2013, I think it was. I couldn't imagine having like layer upon layer of like payment plans that you owe the feds. I'd be shitting myself on a daily basis. DSP will not react to his post-interview podcast conversation about him on the side. How oh, wait, he's reacting to it? I heard he was pissed off about it. No shit, I've included you in my prayers. It's not, I pray to God will help you and your family. The community is family too. Thank you, Foil. I do appreciate that, dude. I genuinely do. I've heard that he owes like multiple. Yeah, I've changed, I swear. Ramen noodles, I see you now. After 100 likes, I have a celebratory bubble below. But he has to owe more than that if he owes multiple years, dude. I have a financial problem. I have too many TVs. I wonder if he gets review units or he buys them. On him. He may get review units. Who the hell knows?
Follow me no matter where I go, what I do, no matter how much I change. They don't want to believe it, or they pretend like the change hasn't happened so that they can keep
your reactions like this kind of prove that you haven't changed.
Rolling on with their hate trains, and you know, it sucks. I would love to do a full reboot and rename DSP Gaming. It wouldn't matter within a day. That's DSP Gaming. Don't be fooled. It's the same guy. You know, so well, I have tried to change and do better things and make more laid back content. You watch my content today, way less of that rage kind of stuff, way more chill content, interactive stuff, meaningful content with my viewers, I feel. But
oh, the word meaningful. I'm still so baffled by that. What does meaningful mean, Phil?
The stigma remains.
Well, let's talk about something real quick that can add to that stigma, right? And I think this is important. You said the light bulb went off, you know, about a year ago. You got to change. You changed your background and stuff. But I want to bring up, like, there's still jokes that are made that that don't necessarily, like, they don't fit today. And I want to play one for you really quick and just kind of get your reaction.
Here we go. I want to, meaning here, Rich. Tower Dragon. What did I miss from you?
Reaction to this. Okay, so this is yeah. So you know where this is going, and I want to watch this so we all understand what's going on here.
We're getting there, man. One day at a time. You know, Omar, thank you. This is his meaningful content, by the way.
Make this quick.
All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off for profit.
You know how much I love you, right?
All the way to the moon.
Scared you just look up at the sky and run the battle tank.
Okay.
Put the kid in the vehicle. Stay with her.
That's right. She's too valuable to escape. She's worth lots of money.
All right. I have to shit real quick. I'll be right back. It may be explosive. Enjoy that thought. No, I'm not. I was just cleaning my hole. Hey, Rich. Hope you and your family are doing well. Like I said, we're hanging in there. Elvis, thank you for the wiener. Can you see me and hear me and everything?
That's
Okay.
fucked up.
Yeah. So what's going on there, man? Like, let's talk about that. Like, how does that when you see that?
Oh,
When you see that, how does that make you feel? What are you thinking? Do you regret that saying that? Like, is that edgy humor?
well, first of all, I have an honest question for you guys. You now seen it. I don't know if Adam has ever seen that clip before. Okay.
No, I
Is that
haven't.
the first time? Okay. What do you think the joke was there? I'm just curious. What do you think I was trying to joke about?
That you're selling that girl to the slave trade.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like, and that's pretty fucked up.
Okay. Now, from what reference do you think? How can I say this? Okay, I'll approach it from the
Thank you very much, Foil Grim. I do genuinely appreciate that, dude. Seriously.
detractor perspective. Okay, from the detractor perspective.
No,
the
I want to
joke-
hear your perspective of what you
Yeah.
meant.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do both.
It's
We'll do both.
pretty obvious what the detractors mean. Like for me, that would have put me on the detractor side because it sounds like you were making a joke about selling that little girl to the slave trade. How is it not that? Like, what did you mean?
Oh no,
that
that's absolutely that's the joke. But there's a difference between saying that's okay and it's funny, or the ridiculousness of the situation. See, you just saw that clip completely out of context, correct? You don't know what's going on in the game right there.
Okay, explain the context then.
That sheriff is a corrupt sheriff. He is actually orchestrating a situation to try to murder people inside a building to protect his secrets. He's like a dark guy who controls the whole town.
Yeah, I have to restart the Elgato software. It's very strange.
And no one knows this. Everyone thinks the sheriff's a squeaky clean guy. So this is being revealed throughout the plot of the game. He's a scumbag, right? So the joke is this guy's such a scumbag.
No, he wasn't having with
he's saying
Phil
to
at
the
all.
dad, I'm going to save your daughter. Give me your daughter. Let's take him in and rescue her. But in reality, he's such a scumbag, he'd probably do something like that. He'd probably, traffic people. That's the joke. Now, is it a joke that's acceptable by today's standards? By 80% of people, probably not. I agree with you.
Do you think
More
that's a
than
joke?
that.
Like, do you think that's a joke acceptable by any standards? I don't.
Even a decade ago, 2
Right.
decades ago, 3 decades
Like-
ago.
And
I
and
think-
it's like I just want to hear your thoughts on that because I think there's edgy content, then there's inappropriate content.
Phil.
And
I think-
we've all been guilty of edgy content before, so.
I think it's dark humor. It's definitely skirting the risque, okay? Not to say that I've heard much worse, obviously, from other people, but that doesn't make it okay for me to do it. I know that. And there's
Well,
things-
especially with what's following you around, your reputation, right? Do you think that if the light truly went off in your head to say like I got to change, don't you think it would be like, well, maybe I should bite my tongue on this one? I may be thinking it, but how about I bite my tongue on this?
This is what always happens when Phil tries to push his humor. Essentially, this is what always happens. When Phil pushes it, he can't help but go down like that's just his humor. Like, he's still the same Phil that did when he was playing Dead Space 2 on Blip. Like, he got canceled back then. That's like, it was much tougher to get canceled in, what was that, 2010, 2011? Yeah. So, yeah, why would you say that joke, Phil?
Yes, I 100% agree with you. And it's a working process. It's something that has to happen naturally over time. It's not something that can be a switch that's flipped because, again, I was someone who's done this for 15 years back in the day. That's what people came to watch. That's the content they wanted from me. That's what got me popular on YouTube. That kind of ridiculous, unacceptable, over-the-top, dark humor joke, okay? Today, it's not acceptable. I know that. But the thing is, those jokes still click in my head. I absolutely...
He just admitted it. This is why I've told you guys, he has to act. Hi, Rich, I like your bird. You know what? I like your money. I'm kidding. Just being an asshole. Thank you. He's a good-looking bird. This is why Phil acts like a school teacher, because he has to do that, because if his humor pops out, humor pops out. It sounds like I'm talking about his dick, but you get what I'm saying. As soon as he goes to Phil the comedian, that's where he resorts to.
He should have not done that joke. I will tell you that right now, 1,000,000%. You know, but it's a working process. And here's where you
Phil thought he didn't have to evolve at all, and the gravy train would never go away. And he's always kind of begged. Like, not kind of. There's clips of him back in the day asking people to click ads, man.
have to have some kind of an air of fairness, or at least you have to see the big picture. All right. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing it full time for a job since 2011.
Well, it's not even like, dude, I go fucking crazy with shit that I say. But why does it, like, you could lose your fucking mind and not be racist and not be sexist and not be homophobic. I prove it every day. It's really easy.
I do it 6 days a week full time. 6 days a week I'm here full time streaming. I have over 100,000 videos on the internet. Okay, people will always find something that moment of weakness, that stupid thing that I said. I know, stupid Phil. Why the hell did I make that joke? But once it's out there, and all you can do is apologize for it, say you're gonna do better, and try not to do it, and move on. Now, there's a reason why I'm on this show today. Okay, this is what, March 16, 2023, and you had to show a clip.
What the fuck is he? Why is he like trying to take over the interview? It's so weird. Philip Burnell, a 15-year-old work in progress of a man. I don't want to see you in a diaper. Dude, you're not going to see me in a diaper. Don't worry. That will never happen.
Breasts. One random clip from
breast as well. Why do I see here are breasts? Oh, I gotta open up StreamLabs. That's why, because I'm a bum. All I had to say is, I fucked up. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the dude. He deflects everything.
Last summer. You didn't show something I did in the last week, the last month. You showed something from the one moment of weakness. Whenever I do something stupid on the internet, it gets hyper analyzed, looked in with a microscope and blown away. This is what Dark Side Phil is. Have you watched the last 5 years of content I've put out? There's probably, okay, yes, I'm a human. I make errors. Absolutely. And I'm stupid. And I do dumb stuff when I get over emotional. This is not the norm on my streams. People see that clip out of context like you guys just did. And if all you knew of Dark Side Phil was that joke, you would hate my guts. You'd be like, what a...
Adam is stroking his cat.
What a scumbag. He made a joke about child trafficking. What kind of a horrible person thinks child trafficking is funny? When you watch it in context, it's not as bad, but it's still bad.
Yeah, so...
Congratulations.
Yes, exactly. He's like, so I am racist. So it's tough when you're making a ton of videos to hide your racism. And then he recently went on that rant too, like, I couldn't get into an Ivy League school because I'm white. Oh, Phil. Phil.
But when
I
you
don't know,
watch
the context that you explained didn't make it any better, I'll be honest.
That's fine. I agree.
Because
That's fine.
I'm not sure which character you're even like portraying. So were you acting as the sheriff in that situation?
Yes, that's why I did. That's why I did like the accent. Yes.
I don't know. I think that, like, in a situation like that, like, we live in a society now where, like, look, I understand that.
Philip, it's not my fault, Burnell. Even when he fapped, it was Steven's fault.
Going into this interview, that literally every second of this is going to be analyzed, and Adam understands that, and you understand that, right? But and literally.
But this is your brand now, Phil. You can't. That's I maybe he kind of realized this. Slopes, what's good? I see you. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say because I'm so stoned.
everything you say, there's a camera on you at all times, especially when you're a live streamer, you know? And I mean, for somebody who does this for a living, I just feel like you.
Because I have 2 other children that are here right now with their uncle, and because I have been around sick people and they want less people around her, the better. Because the medicine that she's on makes to stop the 10 makes her immune system suppressed.
You have to be able to bite your tongue at sometimes, and you need to know better. I mean, you said it yourself. The switch was flipped, and I understand that. I totally understand. I am very forgiving of mistakes, right? But when there's a pattern of
with 10, she can't get an infection. And I still am coughing on and off, as you hear. Me and my dad got... Well, actually, no, I had a... Oh, I know why I had a green turd. Because I had a blue colada yesterday. No, I know I don't.
Of these things that go back over the course of time. Like, it's no longer a mistake. It's a, you know, it's a...
Yeah, when you have... Yeah, blue equals... Thank you, Foil Grim. Exactly. Like, if you... Like, I remember when I had COVID, I drank a bunch of blue Gatorade. And I was like, why are my turds so green? I was like, wait, I drank like a 6-pack of Gatorade yesterday. Yeah, if you have like stuff with blue food coloring in it, your turds will be green.
Continuation. So I don't know. I think, look, if you're saying that the...
Yeah, it is a horrible thing, and it's very rare, and unfortunately my daughter got it.
I'm also a big believer in taking people at their word, right? Up until their actions show different.
Phil versus Tay. Could you imagine he would not? No way.
So you're saying that over the course of since that joke, you've been pretty squeaky clean, and you haven't made inappropriate...
Yes, it is true. If you have like a lot of blue Gatorade, or I had a big ass colada yesterday, something I usually don't drink, but I was like, fuck it, I had a blue colada. It'll turn your turds green.
Appropriate jokes like that are that edgy, I guess.
I don't...
Why are we talking about turds? Because I brought up the only color turds you got to be concerned about is black. You got a black turd, go to the hospital.
Here's the thing. I don't want to say that because I'm here 6 days a week full time. You know, that's a lot of my life. And I guarantee you, if I say, man, yeah, that was it, Craig, that's all I remember, immediately there'll be other examples tossed out right now. They'll find it, right?
I understand.
And that's the problem is when you...
Yes, or if you're like... Or if there's blood in the bowl, yes.
Are 100% on the internet at all times. With the amount of content I put out on the internet, they will...
Bloody... Why are we... What? Bloody or black stools?
Always find another example or whatever. I am actively trying to change. What I will say is...
You didn't butcher. You actually said her name perfectly, Shala. Her hearing about the symptoms gave me the heebie. It's horrible. And it was insane because she, like, transformed overnight. Yeah, black turds are, you know, run to the hospital because that means that like deep in your digestive system you're bleeding. I mean, it still get checked if you see blood in the bowl, but you know, a lot of times it's a hemorrhoid or you know you pushed too hard and usually why stop. Like, yeah, why are we talking about this? The rule, here it is. If you have a bloody or black stool is the ones you need to be concerned about. Let's move on. Phil's talking. It's because your colon acts as a column. It separates the dyes over time as you consume fluids. That's interesting. So your shit turns green and the yellow isn't noticed. Okay.
You would be challenged in the last maybe 2-3 years to really find a running pattern of me doing really bad jokes like that. Okay, maybe you'll find a few. I'm definitely a flawed individual, but you're not gonna find it as like you would.
Yeah, but dude, there's videos. Yeah, they're from a long time ago. I get it. Where he was using like the F word, not like fuck. I could say fuck all day. The homophobic one, like over, and it was still at it. Like, when was that? It was like 2010. Like, Phil, it wasn't okay. I think it's still in his channel. It's not okay back then. And what the fuck are you doing? Well, gynecology. What the fuck are you talking about? Look, if you have concerns, go to your doctor. But point being, the two colors of turds you should be worried about are blood or black. But if you have any other concerns, I'm not a physician. I don't even know why we got into this, because I pushed out a log and it was green. If you have bloody or black stools, message me on Twitter. I do not.
Wouldn't say, oh, here's 47 times.
Yes, that's why I took my turd out and I painted it green for St. Patrick's Day.
Within a year that Phil did that, I know for a fact he's a scumbag, right? You'll find one time here, one time here, one time here, and then they blow it
Phil,
up on the internet.
You just gave so many different people a reason to do exactly that.
Oh, they will. I know that, but the thing is, they do it anyway. It doesn't matter what I say or do.
Oh, but Sagaj, you sound like me in 2016, Phil. But when you talk about it, you're making it hunting season. Yes. I remember freaking out. Oreos and Pepto-Bismol. If you take, like, say you have a stomach bug. I know a lot of people, there's a stomach bug going around right now. And you take, like, say it's like the first time you took Pepto-Bismol. Your shit is going to look charcoal black. Like, I'm talking like like the color of this cord black. If you took Pepto-Bismol, that's what it's going to do. Don't freak out. Like, I'm talking like black as black can be.
This is what they do. So
now, you said that the
Yeah, my stomach doesn't hurt, though. Me and my dad just have explosive asses. Actually, that wasn't explosive.
which in your brain, was off, so that you made that joke. Like, do you have it in there that it's like,
if it's pink, the fuck, who's shitting pink turds?
thinking like when you said that, you're like, maybe that was too
Actually, that's not true. Pink could be food coloring too.
much, or you were just free flowing, and that's just kind of you.
Let me put it
Bowel movement suppressors, so you had to shit less?
this way. If I'm streaming and a joke pops into my head,
Paint your turd using green Warhammer paintbrush. What?
and I feel, oh man, that's probably too much. Today, I usually will not say it. Usually. It would be maybe an extenuating circumstance, or just for a second, a momentary lapse. I feel like what that was a momentary lapse, because I've done it for so long. I get this weird observational humor in my head. And my brain is going a million miles a minute. Here's a joke, here's a joke, here's a joke, here's a joke, right?
But do you think that's observational humor, though? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not one to, like, there are people who make, like, there are comedians who make jokes and they're edgy and such like that. I guess, do you fancy yourself as a comedian? Like, because you're telling us that people come to your
No.
streams to watch you, rage react to streams and things like that. I don't necessarily, and I don't know. I'm asking, and I think this is probably a better question for your fans. Are they coming to watch for those edgy jokes, or are they coming to watch you rage? Because I don't know, man. It doesn't fit. That's
I
a
agree
really.
with you. I agree. I actually agree with you today. I should not have made that joke. I know that. That today, you're 100% correct. 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, it was a different climate on YouTube, and people were looking for that.
Yeah, his head's like this. You're right, Telltale fan. I hear children. Yeah, I hear children. Would you guys let me slide on like 5 minutes of shirt? I'll be right back. Let me give you My brother, their uncle's putting them to bed. And God forbid they keep track of their iPads for more than 30 goddamn seconds. And one of them was dead. And of course, it's always someone else's fault when the iPad's dead. No, they're not going to bed, but they like start to chill out. And usually by 8, I have them to bed. Because if you let them just do shit and run around and play games and stuff, like, they'll never go to sleep. No. My brother, their uncle, is putting them to bed. The whole chat was humping the air for me. How sweet of you. Only about a month and a half away from earning my paycheck. May 2nd cleanup detail. Yeah, Jeffrey, exactly. So if you let them like play, like my son Michael, my middle child, always, he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna take the iPad, I'm gonna cry. I'm like, okay, cry. But if I used to think like, okay, if I want, and I'll make sure what they're watching too. But, like, all right, if it lulls them to sleep, it doesn't lull them to sleep. They'll be up till all hours. So I'm like, no, 8 o'clock, taking the iPads. Don't like it? Michael will cry for like 5 minutes, then he's out cold.
That's who I was. And now I'm
so
not.
this was last year, you said?
That was probably summer of last year. Yeah.
So, because it just feels like a
yes,
big
the poo
leap
is
from
back,
going
Razor
from a
Sharp.
sheriff who is like trying to kill people to seeing a little black girl and thinking a slave trade. You know what I mean?
No, now you said it. Now you said it.
Celebratory group FAP on May 1st. Yeah, I don't know if YouTube would like that.
See
You
what?
said you said black girl.
It was on
That's
screen.
correct.
Yeah, Phil, that's what it was. Don't say I didn't make that observation.
That's correct. And herein lies the problem.
What?
I didn't think that. In my
It doesn't
mind,
matter. It doesn't
You're
matter.
right. You're right. You're right. I agree with you. But in my mind, I didn't even see that. I didn't think that. That's,
Okay.
you know, the joke was, this is a scumbag sheriff. He's literally lying to everyone. If he's going to traffic someone for profit, I wouldn't be shocked. It wasn't, she's.
Oh, that's a stretch, Phil. That's like when I made the stupid comment on Facebook that everyone holds against me back in 2010 where I said Obama's half black ass. And I said it because I knew a lot of people voted for him. Like, wow, the first black president. It was an awful thing to say. Am I racist? No. Did that sound racist? And what should that be considered racist, what I said? Yes. I didn't think it through, but I own it and I fucked up. You're like just deflecting here, dude. Own your shit. People respect you more when you own it. You still don't get it. You still don't get it. Everyone fap on May 1st. I ain't wait until May 1st. I fucking fap today.
She's a black girl going to the slave trade, and that's stupid of me. Why the hell did I not make that connection in my head? Because I'm stupid.
Okay.
You know, I admit that I'm dumb.
I don't know if I believe that.
You don't have to. That's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to believe me. I can't make you believe me. I didn't think of it at one moment. Did I ever think, oh, she's a black girl, make a slavery joke?
And the thing is, you've made a bunch of other racist jokes before, and then you do something again. Like,
Absolutely not. It was about child trafficking, essentially, and that this guy would have probably done that because he's such a piece of garbage.
Okay.
Let's talk about your. I feel like we can. I feel like we can go on for, for an hour about this
did I
clip.
miss anybody?
We,
Let's move on.
12-hour show coming up, folks.
Right. Let's talk about this.
Kyle, that was still funny. Yes, my turd was green for a scene. I bought a big ass culotta. Again, blue equals green turds. We already went through a 6-hour conversation about that because I'm weird.
So it seems like your biggest detractors are some of your earliest fans. They were fans who have turned into.
It's getting like there's going to be good days. Today was a good day. There's going to be days where there's setbacks. 10 is no joke. They say her skin is healing. That's huge. They're taking her off the ventilator in the morning. They're actually going to do it today, but it's like a procedure. So it's nuts, man. Doing stuff like this keeps my mind off of it. But I know, like, I'm going to be staying down there for a few days. Jay's going to take over. I may be gone for a week, Jay's. That's why I made that video. You know? So it's crazy, dude. It's nice to have a job that you love because you could get away from shit. Like I said before, I've been in bed, nothing like this. This is the worst thing I've ever been through in my life, easily. But I've had other traumatic situations. We all have, where being at a job you hate when you're going through something traumatic and you have to go to that job, is awful. How expensive is what going to be? You mean her medical bills? They're going to be covered, dude. I have insurance. You know. Your ass makes a fine pillow. You better wax and shave that thing first, Dr. Sexy Coco. Thank you, Foilgrim. Yeah, and I get that too. I go to streams and YouTube videos and stuff to get away from things. And the thing is, she's not, when she was on I guess it is necessary. It's not a ventilator like when people had COVID. It wasn't like that. Like she was, even though she was slightly sedated, you could ask her questions and fell asleep watching the interview on my iPad and woke up this morning on YouTube and started autoplaying one of Phil's podcasts. I know I'm going all over the place talking about this dark stuff, and take care of your Joder when you need to. Jay will take care of us. Exactly. And that's why he actually recommended, he's like, Rich, I know I made an update video, but I think people want to hear it from your mouth. Yeah, I love it in the ass, dude. Do you think we're actually going to get through a 5-hour interview in one sitting? Come on, bro. Come on.
Detractors. Why do you think that is?
So, I mean, this might be a long answer. My fans will know it. But, again, I've been doing this for 15 years.
Oh, my God. Take a shot every time he says 15 years.
My first 5 years that I did it, all right, I had absolutely no effort to make it professional at all. I was being a jackass on camera, okay? And I didn't even have direct capture. For 5 years, I was having a camera pointed at my TV. Everything looked like junk.
even though everyone begged him for like since like probably 2010 to do direct capture. My broke unemployed ass back then scrounged up to get a HD PVR. Phil, come on. That was in 2010. You were he would, if Phil could get away with it now, he would still be filming his screen.
Okay, but it was a joke. It's like, I don't care. I'm just some normal guy filming games. I'm terrible at them. I make risque jokes. I'm swearing at them. That was the shtick. That's what everyone liked back then. And then, basically what happened was after doing it for about 4 to 5 years, someone made a video. And the video was called, "This is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2." And this was a playthrough I had done of Metal Gear.
Yeah, I like I was saying, I finished a video game. The guy who has an amazing YouTube channel. Like those are videos like that help me. I can't game when I'm like, maybe because I'm less stressed because she had a good day today and I got good news. Maybe I could sit down and play like Elden Ring or something like that. But I can't game when I'm super like crippling stress, and I've been under crippling stress. So I'll watch a lot of videos, and ones like that help me.
Gear Solid 2, where I did my usual shtick. And my usual shtick is, oh, I suck at the game. Am it my fault that I suck at the game? Of course not. It's the game's fault. It's Hideo Kojima's fault. So I blame him. I insult him massively during the play.
He's lying. Dude, whenever Phil fails, he means those. This game is shit. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna shit a green turd on your chest, Phil. Hey, Rich, this is Scott Shot. Chow Red, thank you. Wishing you and your family the best. Wanted to ask how Phil responded to the reaction to the interview. Like, what do you think effect was this? I think Phil went into this, even with the stuff that Craig said, thinking that he was still going to get a softball interview. And I think he still did the interview because he is a huge fan of Screw Attack. But I do think that he did not expect this grilling. He didn't.
I'm just raging at this game constantly.
And Phil, for all the hate you had for me, man, I know you're like, and it's cool. Like, I appreciate the well wishes you sent my daughter. I genuinely do. I've just been saying the same thing they've been saying, Phil. Yeah, I laugh at the funny shit that you do, but I'm not one of the people who want to see you shut down. I don't get the people that do. And the funny thing is, the people that are really hell-bent on like wanting to see you destroyed are the ones that like make a side hustle off of your channel. Like, don't you make money off of Phil? Why do you want to see him shut down? Like, he's not the evil empire. Whatever, okay.
My viewership loved it, but someone made a parody video essentially taking out the moments of me doing that, taking out all gameplay moments that would have been considered good or fun or entertaining, and only focusing on basically the cringeworthy moments. They made this montage, and it...
Yep, and you should have been like, yo, Evil AJ, that was funny. Let's work together.
Blew up with popularity on the internet, okay? And essentially what happened was all of my short...
What did Abby say? Same here, Rich. I don't want Phil shut down. Thank you, Abby.
...comings as a content creator for 5 years. These things that people liked now became, oh, Phil is not like his contemporaries. He's not putting effort into his content. He's just a jackass. Look at him. He's a joke.
If it was anyone else, I would say that this interview would be like, yo, man, it's time for you to pack up shop. Phil has, like, most of the people who watch Phil are his detractors, and he has this small dedicated base of, like I say, it's five horny 50-year-old men. That's actually a tongue twister. Try to say it fast. Who, like, it's really, all kidding aside, a small group of people that financially support Phil. I know I don't have big streams, but it's a diversified group. I mean, there's people like, shout out to Dr. Sexy Coco, Foil Grim Timmy. There's many of you that are consistent supporters, but I have a diversified group of supporters. Phil has like the same small group of people. So to me, I don't know. I would feel weird about that. It's like knowing that there's this small group of people that are basically paying for your entire life. Like, yeah, we all get donations from super chats and tips and stuff like that. I understand. But, you know, and especially when you kind of say, oh man, he's now switched it up where he doesn't beg directly anymore. He does what I call the side beg, where it's, well, today was a disappointing day, and I don't know, man, the interaction is just not good with this game. What he's saying is guys, give me more money or I'm going to stop playing this game. It's called wage quitting. See, Rich, it was all a character. He never, yeah. It was the King of Hate beating off on May 1st. It wasn't Phil. And even though he would not give Stuttering Craig, who he damn well knows would not give away his screen name for WWE Champions, which who gives a fuck if people saw your screen name anyway. For security reasons, he didn't want to give Craig his screen name on WWE Champions, which is like the equivalent of me giving you my Xbox gamer tag. Here it is, RTUXBLA. Oh my God, my family's in trouble. It's not like, yo, Craig was like, yo, give me your social security, man, your blood type. Give me the PIN to your credit card. Oh, he doesn't have a credit card because he filed for bankruptcy. To your debit card.
So now let's make fun of
Xbox Live Arcade. Those, my names are, my PSN and gamer tags are ancient. It's both on PSN. Remember Xbox Live Arcade? They're just ancient, so I ain't gonna change them. Kind of cool. It's OG. It's one of the names I have from back then that aren't cringeworthy. What did Duty Streams called a week ago? Irish Bear, thank you for becoming a member. Like 1 Minute Man, I believe, that supports Phil. There's conspiracies, and again, there's no way to prove it, so it goes into, we'll have to leave it as allegedly that Phil is 1 Minute Man, and he's kind of priming the tip jar for, hey, 1 Minute Man support. Thanks, 1 Minute Man. Let's see what else happens. Maybe I'll get to wear my gunner glasses. Jesus, I'm just missing all these super chats here. The birds and horses are in trouble now. Yes, they are. So what do Duty Streams call? Xbox Live Arcade, because that used to be a thing on the 360. Xbox Live Arcade.
And what ended up happening was people would take every playthrough I did moving forward and make it, this is
I don't know why it shows that, but I don't mind it. It's actually, like I said, it's retro. It's kind of old school. I like it.
how you don't play video about it. And my fan base turned on me. Admittedly, if you would like, I'm not going to go into a giant explanation.
So your fan base turned on you because of what a video that somebody else did highlighting, like, if that doesn't make sense, Phil.
Did you get bitter when that happened? Because when
yes,
oh my God, yes.
So do you think that bitterness changed the way that you were a content creator? Did you like add that into your shtick, as you say?
I don't think so. I think what happened was I reacted so bitterly to it. In hindsight, today I look at it and I'm like, that was an opportunity. I could have taken that and run with it.
That Phil was going denied them. Dude, that was pretty damning. Bro, you know Stuttering Craig, I mean, your name on a fucking mobile game is not going to put your accounts at risk, dude. That's silly. Phil, you know it. Come on. Yes, it's a bird by Xbox Live. If you want to add me on there, I don't know if I'll accept everybody, but if you want to add me on there, you'll see a pig. It literally looks like Carlos, except the bird's orange. So no, it looks nothing like it. It's just a cock. So I'm a cock on Xbox. I haven't tried Vibrant Deck, but I do want to. see, like, I've been enjoying the extra power of the 6800U devices. I'm sorry, B-Link, they sent me an email. I have one of your little mini computers. I'm actually going to, because it's finally going to turn these screens back on 35 years later. I'm going to hook that one up here, and I'm going to shout it out, B-Link, and I know their computers are good. It's actually the same. It's a 6800U chip, except it's in a small form factor PC. I want, and I think I'm getting a review unit. I'm actually really excited about Ioneo's 6800U version of the Air Plus, which is going to have a 1080p OLED screen, and the 6800U. Holy fuck. OLED and that chip? Damn, son. What I think is cool is they actually allow now ray tracing on the Steam Deck, and I'm seeing some pretty good performance from it. I am totally off the rails right now. Let's go.
With it, I could have done my own, or I could have highlighted those and laughed at them. But instead, again, it was a different climate today.
Oh, Steam Deck all the way. Here's the thing. 95% of you, I would say, look, the extra performance is cool. I mean, go watch Richard Ledbetter. He was having a nerd boner over just like me. Hello, Richard here from Digital Foundry. I'm hard because I'm playing games with ray tracing on the Ionea 2.
Everyone who makes content has all these methods of making a living, correct? We have Patreon, we have crowdfunding on our streams. That didn't exist back then. Back then, I was someone who had a full-time job.
Yeah. I think my brother had a terrible gamer tag because of that too, Anthony. Oh, I missed. I don't know how to say your name with the wolf picture, but thank you for becoming a member.
And the job was putting videos on the internet with monetization on them. That was my
So
only
this
revenue
was
stream.
after 2011 when you lost your job.
Oh, correct. Yes, I lost my job in late 2010. I was doing YouTube for a living for about 2 years when the This Is How You Don't Play movement started picking up. And basically, the way I saw it, and this is, now I know this is stupid, I thought people are stealing my content, man. If someone takes my content without my permission.
Yeah, and what you did is the absolute, and you know what? Admittedly, pre-2018 Rich maybe would have done the same thing. I've learned a lot in like the past 5 years. Now it would have been like, yo, let's go. If like I got an evil AJ, I'd be like, dude, that was brilliant. You want money? I did that with Seymour. I don't know if you're here right now. He made it. This Is How You Don't Play Elden Ring. I mean, I'm pretty decent at the game now, but back then I was hot garbage because I never even really played a Souls game in full until Elden Ring, which I've beat, which fucking boggles my mind because I don't really ever beat games. Instead of being pissed off at it, I was like, yo, this is hilarious, man. Here's money. I paid him, put it up on my channel. It was great. Didn't get a huge amount of views, but people still loved it.
Edit it together and only shows the worst of me.
Why is Phil's face next to a turkey chicken sandwich? Phil, you ever notice that as soon as Phil changed his lighting, he looked older? He only has that one circle light. That's the problem. He actually doesn't. When he had his other lighting, he looked younger. His bad lighting aged him. He actually doesn't look that well. There's some pictures of me. There's plenty of unflattering pictures of me too. Let's keep it real. But Phil, you need like, again, if you're watching this, Phil, because you might be, you need like, I have 4 lights here, Phil. They're cheap Chinese lights. They've actually been pretty stable. They don't flicker anymore. Remember I used to flicker a lot of times. I used to have to, when I started the streams, I used to have to tap them and like clean the knobs. But they're cheap, Phil.
Humping Steven Crowder.
That's going to highlight myself and my business in a very negative light. That's going to make me look like crap. And instead of people laughing with me, now they're going to laugh at me. And
yeah, David, I have actually that one. Where the fuck is that one even facing? Got to fix that. It's like, it's not even lighting me. Oops. Probably. Jay's wondering why my lights are a little off. That's probably why. But Not really. I don't think he looks like Steven Seagal. I think he looks like, what's his name, Ricky Jarvis.
And therefore, that's theft. I outright said this in my videos. You stole my content without my permission.
No, it was transformative, dude. He didn't just straight up steal your content. It's transformative.
How dare you? This is bad. This, you know, today I realized how dumb that was. You know, it's many years later, and let's be honest, the bubble was going to burst on ad revenue on YouTube one day anyway. I don't.
And you burst on May 1st, so ha ha. Oh, I'm a little obnoxious.
That was ever going to last forever, but I was an idiot. I thought I actually went 1,000,000% bitter against it. And when that happened, people saw that change in attitude of me. Wow, Phil used to totally just not care about anything. Now all of a sudden he's always bitter.
Dude, I wish I could. Hold on. Girlfriend, the mother of my children, is asking about the boys. The world famous boys. Phil is literally. But what Phil. He's just so serious. Like, I mean, I know he has like jokes. There's actually the occasional time where Phil can be funny. But the problem is, like I said, most of Phil's humor is that kind of shit. And so he just has to shut it off and be really uptight. Like, even when it comes to women on, dude, he was playing, what is it, Atomic Heart, which I got to play more of. And there were like robots with like female forms. And he was like, oh my God. Like he was like a gay man at a titty bar. Like, who cares, dude? But I think his wife is kind of like jealous like that. So he has to put on that shtick. Review Star Trek. There are 4 lights. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, it has puzzles. Yeah, I'll probably never play it again then. Not gonna lie, back in Tweet Bro, you was cringe. Yeah, you're doing much better. I want to support it. Because I was feeding the trolls. I stopped in 2018. 99% of it I stopped, I should say. Jason Poole, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. You've been around for a while. You're an OG, man. Oh, yeah, they need to interview Adam Sessler. Again, man, Craig, be grateful that you don't have me on the podcast. You would have never gotten Phil. And this brought you in a lot of traffic, dude, and I'm glad. His interview is going to be talked about, especially if It's a Gundam makes a video on this, Craig. Shit's going to blow up, dude. We'd also make the Mac to never shoot ropes on May 1st. Dude, I want to shoot ropes every day. Who doesn't? It belongs to Phil, so only Phil should be able to beat off on May 1st. Well, I don't agree with that.
About
I just can't wait for the Elden Ring DLC. Like, Dead Space, cool. I like RE4. I'm gonna fuck with hard. The remake, I'm like, all right, this is a. At first, I'm like, really? They've re-released and remastered RE4 like 6,000 times, but like they went to another level that I didn't think they were gonna do. And I like that it's not just hey, put a whole clip in a zombie's head and they may fall down, or whatever the fuck there are in Resident Evil 4. Like, they let you could actually parry, even though the knife gets damaged, which is a little annoying, but you can parry with it. You could do melee attacks. Like, it's not just like frustrating combat, you know?
people joking about him and stuff, and that just goaded.
Yeah, I already purchased it. And plus, because it runs, I don't know how it runs. I want to try the demo on the Steam Deck, see how it runs. Has anyone tried it yet? Is the run go okay? The Vega graphics, no. Like, I tried it on the Ioneo Air Pro. That's the OLED with the Vega graphics. Oof. That's why I told people to wait until they had the RDNA 2 version of the Air Pro. Don't buy that one. That was the reason why.
Them on to do it more and more.
Well,
And now-
that's what you just said right there. So you're admitting that you added this bitterness, but initially, like 2 minutes ago, you said that's when they turned on you. Before admitting that you actually were getting bitter. So don't you?
Dude, Dead Island 2, what a comeback, huh? That was a game for a while we thought was just going to be vaporware. Like, obviously, Dying Light 2 is going to be better. Dying Light, I can't fuck with Dying Light 2. I have tried. Now, the original Dying Light, at first, it didn't leave a good impression on me, but then I played it for a few hours, and I was like, oh, shit, this is pretty dope. Tried multiple times for a few hours. Dying Light. How many hours do I have in Dying Light 2 before? Let me not exact. I don't feel like fucking looking now because that means I have to open up other shit. But can't. I'm not feeling it, dude. Just not feeling it.
You think that, like that
with Dead Island, with like the physics and stuff they have, and the way the combat, like it looks next gen.
Kind of correlates. Like,
how did you feel about it in the end, Master Shotgun? I didn't like the original Dead Island, though. It was repetitive as fuck, and the combat was limited.
Like, maybe it was that moment when you didn't own up to the fact that people were making fun of you, being this king of hate guy, now going to, they're stealing my shit, I'm fucking pissed about it, what the fuck? And now everyone's like, well, who the fuck is this guy? You got to own it. If you don't own it, then, like, why, then you're just a joke. So it felt like you just kind of, like, let that run your ship that you were sailing.
Correct. I have nothing I could say to counter that in any defensive manner. It's a mistake I made. My reaction to This Is How You Don't Play directly fueled the fire for more people to keep doing it
Of course.
to escalate further, because it started as just a movement of Phil's a bad gamer. He doesn't deserve the success he has on YouTube because he has no production quality. He's a rager. You're not going to watch a Dark Side Phil playthrough and get any kind of knowledge of really how to play a game at a good level because he's not good at games. You watch him rage and make bad jokes and stuff. But it became, instead of watching his raw content.
Well, Dying Light 1, I mean, maybe I haven't played enough, but Dying Light 1 is like an RPG where you got to craft shit and stuff, but
Reward him with ad revenue. Watch the This Is How You Don't Play video so he doesn't get paid for it and just make fun of him instead. And my reactions 1,000,000% fueled that. I will admit that. Now, over the years, it got worse and worse. And I'm sure we're going to get into how it wasn't just about Phil's a bad gamer anymore. It became everything else under the sun. And we can talk about how that evolved over time. But it's my fault. It is my fault that people originally turned against me on the internet. 100% it is.
Correct.
So you feel that your reaction
I'm not just out of it. I'm trying to shut up for 30 seconds so we can get through some of the interviewing.
to the This Is How You Don't Play is what really parlayed your fans into becoming detractors.
What's up, Dave?
Yes. And it's not all of them, but absolutely back then, I saw people who had been longtime supporters and fans disappear, only to years later crawl back into, as some.
Devil, like, what's funny? After you play, like I said, I was playing Dark Souls 3 before I came on stream I had a little, like, 3 seconds of downtime, and I was enjoying it. Then I got a FaceTime call, and I got killed because you can't pause a Souls game. Like, the twitchy combat stuff, and you need good reaction time in a Souls game, so it's not like this old man with slow reflexes. It's like, I don't like just mashing buttons. I like thinking. I like that the fact with a Souls game, God, I sound so different than Rich of like 2 years ago. But where you have to like think about every move. Every attack has to be deliberate. It's kind of like Castlevania. That's probably why I like the Souls game so much. Not just because the aesthetic is Castlevania. But if you play the old we're never getting through this fucking interview ever. The old Castlevania games, especially like Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 on the NES, every move had to be deliberate. When you use your whip to attack an enemy, you were committing to that. You couldn't stop it. It takes a bit of time. It's kind of clunky, but that was by design. So you thought about your attacks. And that's the same in a Souls game. Even with jumps. Like, once you jump, you can't control. In Super Castlevania 4, they changed that. Some consider it for better, some consider it for worse. But in Castlevania 1 through 3, when you jumped, that was your trajectory. So you better hope you did the right jump because you ain't changing it. But that's part of what made Castlevania so alluring. Then they went into the whole Metroid. Look, I love Castlevania Symphony, and I beat it 100%. Even the Upside Down Castle. But that's kind of like when it went to shit. It started getting more anime, which I know there was Castlevania Rondo of Blood where it got anime as well. Then they just went down. I know it started with Vampire Hunter D, but then it went down the Metroidvania anime route instead of the way from like the gothic European style shit. And then I was like, I played Castlevania Symphony Night. I don't need 4,000 other Metroidvania games. I would love to see them reboot it. Maybe have From Software develop it. Everyone's like, oh, just play Dark Souls. No, there still could be a different gameplay element and flavor to Castlevania. I could see a lot of... Like, I always look at Castlevania 64. Quasi, yes, I remember you. And thinking like, ooh, this kind of has that Souls feel. Like, they let the environment just kind of like the sound of the thunder and the wind instead of having music like a Souls game. They were kind of going in the direction, but the game wasn't well received. So Konami just kind of ran away screaming from it. If Konami stuck with the Castlevania 64 formula, yes, it was flawed, and just kept going with it and refining it and perfecting it, they probably would have been... Konami would have been like From Software now. But instead they're fucking making microtransaction games and fucking pachinko machines. Anyway.
Someone who was crapping on me. I'm like, whoa, what happened?
Where's Canadian Metal Jesus? He is, I don't know, eating brownies off his roommate's chest. Dying Light 2's biggest sin was the stupid stamina bar. Yes! I agree. What the fuck was that about? Here's a good idea. Punish players for climbing in a parkour game. It's stupid. Do they, though? I'm not saying go back to, like... I think there should be AAA Castlevania games, like a true AAA. Like a reboot. And I think if on, like, the Switch or on phones, if they want to have a Metroidvania, fine. Or maybe like a down, like kind of like they did Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Cool, I'm down with that. But I'd like a AAA Castlevania game too. I mean, the fucking show is still killing on Netflix, isn't it? Aren't we like 5 seasons in? I gotta watch that. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't laughing, I was coughing. Like, Konami, dude, like, people love the fucking Netflix show. I spit, that's how much people love it. You have a franchise that's been around since Breasts. Thank you, big ass tits. Assault and yeah. And then there's, what is the other one? I actually have it. I forgot the name of the game. It's like a really dark and grim. It's like a 2D Metroidvania, but it's very, it's like From Software made it. I forgot the name. Not Hollow Knight. I just bought Hollow Knight, actually. I forgot I bought it. Not Hollow Knight. Not Hollow Knight. It's much darker than Hollow Knight. Not Dead Cells. It's not Blasphemous. Yes, Google Fish. Blasphemous. Blasphemous. There you go.
The way I saw it was, and this is my, I'm such an idiot. I admit this today. You know, after 15 years of doing this, you realize how you change as a person and how you can see from a different perspective. My mentality was,
We'll probably end this with this because I have a feeling I'm going to have to go assist with my boys. It's another reason why I started the stream. Actually, I've been to stream over for 2 hours. Top 3 Castlevania. Super Castlevania 4 would be my my favorite Castlevania. After that would be Bloodlines, I would say, actually. Then right after that would be Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Top 3 I hated. I did not like for the 6th generation, the 2 3D ones. Couldn't fucking stand them. I will play Castlevania 64 any day of the week over them. They were very repetitive and very annoying. Third one. What was that stupid fucking multiplayer one? Why am I stopping streaming? Do I not like money? What is wrong with me? Thank you for the gifted memberships, man. I wish I knew how to say your name. But then there was that stupid multiplayer Castlevania that was for, like, you could download it for the 360. That was fucking garbage. Lords of Shadow, the second one, was shit too. Fucking. The first one, I loved it. I beat it. Did a review on it for Blistered Thumbs back in the day for those OGs out there. Lords of Shadow 2 is fucking shit. Should I keep going? I don't know. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. I'm fucking tired. I didn't really sleep for obvious reasons. I know you guys. 3 a.m. stream. Yeah, not a chance in hell. I'm already running on, Yeah, you know what the thing about Lords of Shadow 2? And then I'll leave after this. Yeah, I'm fucking shot. And I don't like streaming when I'm tired, because if I stream when I'm tired, then I'm just sitting here. I need to be entertaining. What's the point of being here if I'm being boring? Is that it started off with so much potential. Like, you play the first part, I'm like, oh, this is dope. And then I'm doing stealth shit. Like, nah, this is a Castlevania game. What the fuck is this garbage? Alright, guys. We'll do more of this tomorrow. Plenty more. I just need to get some sleep. I'm tired. And, it's part of the reason I streamed earlier. Yeah, if I'm tired, I don't like streaming, because what the fuck is the point? I'm just sitting here waiting for people to send money so I can collect the check. That's not fair. That's not that. I hate when I see people that do that. I see that more on Twitch, I will say. That's a Twitch thing. Anyway, have a good night, guys. I'm going to go sleep. Have a good one. I will see you tomorrow.